A lot of you have never heard of this LEGO Batman game, and soon you won't be able to play it at all. Right now, up to 50% of this game is lost. And it's upsetting as barely anybody is talking about it because it doesn't work like a normal LEGO game. This right here is your only way in, the key to the content, and without it, you literally cannot play this game and it is disappearing. LEGO Dimensions was one of the most expensive games ever made. Before it got shut down in 2017, they introduced story packs, priced at $50. The LEGO Batman movie was one of them, promising content worth the same as a full LEGO game. We'll see about that soon. And here is where it gets complicated, and this is just the beginning. Before you even get to use this key, you need the door. And that door is the LEGO Dimensions starter pack. It's not optional. Today, that starter pack will cost you $200 brand new. So, is it worth it? And is the game any good? Well, I've 100%ed it, and I'll tell you straight, it's a mixed bag. But there is a game to be loved here. And sadly, we're losing it. You would think owning the physical toy would be enough to play the content you bought, especially with a Toys to Life LEGO game. That's what the toys are for. Well, this isn't the case. You see, with LEGO Dimensions, when you place a character tied to a pack that includes any form of story-based content on the portal, you're required to install a DLC so it can run. And this is where it becomes a big problem. On Xbox 360 and Wii U, those stores are shut permanently. It's really sad. I mean, look at this poor father who didn't realize when they bought this pack off Amazon, they couldn't download the DLC and play the content. If you didn't get it back then, it's gone forever on those platforms. Yeah, okay, Gramps, most people have moved on from those dusty consoles. Yeah, you're right, but this isn't just a problem for old consoles. Console generations are constantly moving on. What's accessible today isn't guaranteed tomorrow, and this is just one small problem. Trust me, it gets a lot deeper. But before we go there, let me actually show you the LEGO Batman game that we are losing, as if you ever wanted to experience it, you might not have much time left. The story pack is split across 6 main levels, which isn't much. This pack costs $50 or more today. You can pick up most LEGO games for less than $20. And I didn't even enjoy one of the levels because it was way too short and bland. I'll touch on that soon. Now, you're gonna be surprised to hear this, but the game doesn't directly follow the movie. They got most of the original cast back and made their own cutscenes, thank gosh. That is one thing I absolutely hated about the LEGO movie game. The movie scenes just took me right out of the game. The quality of them was like 360p. And I'm gonna be honest, what frustrated me the most, unfortunately, unless you get adopted by Bruce Wayne, it's impossible to 100% the game. Why? As free play isn't a thing in LEGO Dimensions, as you are technically in free play all the time, and if you wanted to collect all the mini kits, you need a lot of other LEGO Dimension packs, which, you guessed it, costs more money. I think that's just unfair in a story pack. You should be able to 100% the levels with just the story pack characters. The amount of times I needed the 2016 Ghostbusters was a joke. Nobody wanted that pack, so they shove it down your throat where they can. Thankfully, most of the levels were amazing and pretty chunky. The best level for me, by far, was the first. You fight 2 bosses straight away, Two-Face and Scarecrow. It's pretty basic, but the next boss was the complete opposite. It's upsetting as most people will not get to experience this boss. Poison Ivy shows up introducing the Toys to Life gimmick, a keystone puzzle called Phase, which was new for this LEGO Batman movie pack. What happens? Your portal separates into 3 different colors. Depending which color your character is on, it will summon something from a dimensional rift. It's pretty clever and probably my favorite keystone puzzle in LEGO Dimensions, as you don't need to keep taking a character on and off the portal. And it's fun seeing what comes out of the portals. It's like a Fortnite item shop in there. And how awesome is this? They incorporated Batman's detective vision and sensors to work with the portal. Overall, most of the levels impressed me. Level 2, the Fortress of Solitude, had some great platforming sections that gave me Super Mario Wii vibes. And then there was level 3, by far the worst level in the pack. So you're in Arkham Asylum and you can beat the level in literally 10 minutes. It's short and bland and does absolutely nothing unique compared to all the other levels. And the moment that really annoyed me was when I spotted the TARDIS docking station. Now, if you know LEGO Dimensions, you know what this means. Time travel, cool secret hidden areas like the Flintstones or Star Labs from CW Flash. I was so excited to see where it was going to take me. It could have redeemed the entire level, and where did it take me? To a table with the Arkham Asylum Lego set on it. Lego really wanted to sell you that Lego set, cheeky buggers. Next, level 4 was a big step up, and it was this level that made me realise why we never got a full-on LEGO Batman movie tie-in game like Ninjago. I imagine you have seen the LEGO Batman movie. It's probably way too late to say spoilers now, but in the movie, Batman fights Gremlins, Daleks, Voldemort, Sauron, King Kong, etc. And nearly all of these are already inside LEGO Dimensions. It just works perfectly, but was it really the best decision in the long run? We'll get on to that. Level 5, the Phantom Zone, genuinely caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting this. Honestly, one of the most interesting LEGO game levels I have played. The level doesn't rely on co-op. You never have to switch character, though you can play it in co-op. It had you going upside down with rotating platforms, and I liked how it used the phase keystone. It would have been my #1 level from this pack if it wasn't for this mini kit. You're upside down, controls are reversed, and the game asks you to turn a handle. Yeah, it made me happy we're losing this game. I'm only kidding, and coming off that, level 6, the final level, had a lot to live up to, and it kind of fell a little bit flat. I think for me, it was down to Lord Voldemort being the final boss. I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me at all. They could have made up a boss fight with a Joker. Don't get me wrong, the boss battle was good and it had quite a lot of variety, but when you defeat Voldemort, the story just ends abruptly with a short cutscene, and this is where the cracks start to appear. Look, I genuinely enjoyed my time with this story. Is there enough story content worth $50? Hell no. But remember, this is just the beginning. We still have the characters, the open world, the secrets, the actual physical product. There is a lot more to this pack that we are sadly losing. I can't help but think, what if LEGO Dimensions never did Year 2 content? Would we have gotten a full-titled LEGO Batman movie game? Like LEGO Ninjago, accessible to everyone. That game would have been here to stay. I love LEGO Dimensions, but did we miss out because of it? Let's take a look at what the characters are like. You only get 2 characters with the pack, so they must be amazing, right? Well, I kept this hidden until now, but Robin can actually transform into Nightwing. I'm not a massive fan of this appearance of Nightwing, but the animations are so good here, and same for the transformation. Then you've got Batgirl, who is pretty much the same as Batman, who comes in the starter pack. They gave her an exclusive ability to make her feel somewhat special. This terminal here, Batgirl is the only character who can use them. It's not even an exciting ability. But that's not every character. There's another. For an extra $20, you can get Excalibur Batman. Not gonna lie to you, I love the concept. And guess what? It's actually original for this game. It didn't even appear in the movie. The physical minifigure is definitely worth it, but the character in-game is like a shiny Skylander. There isn't much difference to the starter pack Batman. His only new ability is this sword switch that Finn from Adventure Time can do, so there's no real need to go out your way to buy him. And technically you do get another secret bonus character with this pack. If you haven't played the game, you might be wondering, how do you play as the LEGO Movie Batman when the starter pack comes with a different Batman? Well, when you enter the LEGO Batman movie world, it transforms Batman into this movie version, him, but what about if you want to use him in another world? Well, there's a red brick which lets you do that, which is neat. And this Batman has one of the best abilities ever. You can shoot Batman merch onto goons. Unfortunately, you can't drip out your other characters in Bat merch, I know. Compared to a full title LEGO game, there is obviously a limited amount of characters here. And what I am about to tell you next actually really upset me about the LEGO Batman movie story pack. You see, the Robin that comes with the LEGO Batman movie story pack can actually turn into a brand new character. If you put this Robin down in the Teen Titans world, you can play as the Teen Titan version of Robin. The same applies for Cyclops. His beam ability is so sick. Here's the part that's upsetting. Why is it when I am playing as the Joker in the LEGO Batman movie world, I can't be the awesome movie design? Same for Harley Quinn. And when you are exploring in the open world, you get this feeling that it's incomplete, because you see all the villains with their awesome movie designs and you know you'll never get to play as them because this is a story pack. The characters aren't disappointing or bad, but you've got to remember, this is LEGO Dimensions. There are other story packs and level packs offering brand new characters that have never been seen before in LEGO games. The characters are by far the weakest part of this pack, but the open world, that's where things get interesting. How does this Gotham City compare to LEGO Batman 2s and DC supervillains? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is by far the worst Gotham we have gotten in a LEGO game. It's nowhere near the size of LEGO Batman 2 or DC supervillains, but I wouldn't expect it to be. This is a world built for LEGO Dimensions. So the real question is, how does it hold up against other LEGO Dimension worlds? Well, it's actually one of the best. Gotham City feels alive. There's plenty of cars, NPCs, but then certain areas look like a Roblox map. It's definitely not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I had to say that because I'm British. There's a lot of fun references and little shops like Mad Hatter's Hat Shop, and you've got the gala where the Justice League are partying. And what makes it really strong is the content inside the world. It genuinely shocked me, and there's one thing in particular I didn't see coming. This was my first time ever 100% in this pack, and I was expecting typical basic LEGO game beat up the goons and fetch missions in the open world. Well, I was wrong, very wrong. The quests were like mini levels. I were fighting Scarecrow trying to stop him gassing out the entire city. And what I didn't expect was a boss that has never been in a LEGO Batman game before, even the handheld versions, not once. Mutant Leader, here he is with a full-on boss fight in the open world. Next, I was building a giant coin to take down Two-Face, and it gets better. Some quests take you inside interiors for 1 gold brick, like the Botanical Gardens, LexCorp, the Watchtower. If you are a big Batman fan, you're going to appreciate this one with its nods to Oracle. I don't want to spoil them all, but it's sad, as I know some of you won't get to experience this, as it's a lot of money for what it is these days. The open world content is what genuinely impressed me about this story pack, and it had one of the hardest LEGO game quests ever, but one of the best. The Riddler's quest. I will openly admit, I used a guide. There was a gold brick on the map, but nothing was there. You won't believe it. It turns out you have to destroy a random question mark in the middle of the map for his boss fight to appear. It was so worth the pain and Google. The quest had you guessing LEGO Batman villains from riddles. And I haven't even talked about yet one of the most anticipated parts of any LEGO Batman game that is in this story pack: the Batcave. I respect that they tried something different here, and compared to the other LEGO Dimensions Batcave, it's well better, but that's a low bar. I don't like the entrance to the Batcave. It's not even hidden, and it just looks a little bit cheap compared to the stunning Wayne mansion above. This puts a new meaning to the quote from the movie:
Bruce Wayne lives in Batman's attic.
I guess Batman literally does live in Bruce Wayne's basement. Lego Batman 2 and DC Supervillains understood the assignment. The Batcave felt hidden. This one just doesn't. And inside, it feels like a long corridor and there isn't much content to offer. All you can find in there is one gold brick, and to get it, you have to beat an arcade game. I have never been so angry at a Lego game. I hate Spy Hunter. Moving on, there is a really cool secret though in this Batcave that not a lot of players know about. If you put any DC character on the portal, the Bat computer will actually interact with them. What it says to Aquaman is just the best.
Welcome, Aquaman. Please don't get water on me.
There you go, you have seen everything this little tiny box has to offer, which makes what I am about to tell you next even harder to hear. Remember when I said earlier on that this was just one small problem, losing the content on Xbox 360 and Wii U? Well, here's the bigger picture. I don't know, and that's the part that gets me the most. The physical product is retired, no longer made. There are only a handful left in circulation today, at second-hand prices that are only gonna go up. And even if you find one, even if you spend the money, that's not even the worst part. These characters run on NFC tags, and NFC tags wear down. I know this because I've experienced it. I've lost characters, played with them one day, gone the next. The tag just stopped working, and in rare cases, people's portals have broken entirely. The hardware itself is dying. Yeah, you can make your own NFC tags, I'm not condoning it, but the fact that people are doing it tells you everything where this game is heading. And what do you need to play LEGO Dimensions? A disk drive, and we all know where they're heading now, out the window. You might be thinking, can they not remaster LEGO Dimensions like Disney Infinity Gold, where you don't need a portal on PC and you have all the characters? Well, that game was easy to remaster because all of them IPs are Disney. The thing is about LEGO Dimensions, there's a lot of different licenses, and renewing them is not going to be easy. I don't think it will ever happen. I hope I see comments in a few years saying I were wrong. It really is upsetting that most of you will never get to experience this game, and only those who have it downloaded right now are safe. Let that sink in. Everything I showed you in this video, all of it is sitting behind a door that is slowly closing, and one day it could close for good. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe, it would mean so much to me. And why don't you check out the best part of every LEGO game map? Will your pick be the same as mine?